All right, today in the life of a coach, I'm going to be meeting with two family-owned businesses. And for a family-owned business, success is succession. How do we pass these family-owned businesses on to the next generation? And we typically run into a lot of the same scenarios, and I'll give you three of them right now. One of these scenarios that we run into a lot is where the generation that founded the company has to come to grips with their own mortality and has to come to grips with they need to pass their baby on. And it's very difficult to do this. Often the next generation has been preparing, they're ready, they went to school, they've been taking over the business, they're ready to rock and roll, but mom and dad just won't really let go and they won't let them take it and own it. Sometimes they'll undermine the kids, or sometimes they just won't get out of the way and let the company move on. And it's really difficult and it's often emotional for people in that situation. Another scenario that we run into a lot is kind of the opposite of that one, where the parents are delusional about the kids' ability to take over the business. These kids are absolutely not prepared to take over the business. They're not ready from a skills, attitude, or knowledge standpoint. They don't have influence in the company they need to really take it over, but the parents think that their kids are ready and that they need to, because it's been their lifelong dream that their kids would take over. And that lifelong dream brings us into our third scenario as well. And we see this a lot, and it's also very emotionally charged and difficult. And that's when the kids have been preparing to take over the family business, but then they become adults and they get to a spot where they're ready to take over the family business, but they've never addressed the fact that in reality, they don't actually want to take over the family business. They'd rather be doing something else. And this is really, really difficult. A lot of times the kids that are supposed to take over the family business don't want to admit that to themselves. Sometimes the parents want to kind of force the issue. Maybe they've been talking about it ever since the kid was a fetus, that someday you're going to take over the family business. And we've never addressed the fact or asked the next generation, do you want to do this? And so in family-owned businesses, although it's always an emotionally charged scenario, it is often a very rewarding scenario. So I want to encourage you, if you're in a family-owned business, make it work, be honest with each other, have some communication, bring someone in like me to facilitate sometimes. Often, if you're a family-owned business, you're having a hard time with this stuff, a great solution as well can be to create a board and let that board begin to make some of these bigger, more emotionally charged decisions, because the board can put the needs of the company first, often ahead of the emotions of the family. So, hope you're having a great day. That's today in the life of a coach.